Kami Gomez wants to look pulled together each morning when she's getting ready for school. It's a world away from her stressful home life. But it's brought some surprising stresses of its own.
I was used to being around people that looked like me, lived in the same neighborhood, had similar interests. I was sad for a long time. It was so hard for me to make friends.
Did you think, like, this is not for me as you walk through the hallways?
Yes.
Every day?
Every day.
Fellow students Miles Patrikoff and Olivia Kupiak brought a different kind of stress to school.
My parents, they want me to go to the most prestigious college possible, they want me to get the best grades possible, and want me to work as hard as I can. They expect me to be stressed. And then I come to school, and they're asking me to reflect on my day.
Where do you place yourself on our mood meter?
Their feelings weren't a secret at the lab school. It's one of New York City's most competitive. Checking in on emotions is part of their daily routine.
I'm at like a 3, -1.
The strategy, called Social Emotional Learning, or SEL, teaches kids to understand and manage emotions, to feel and show empathy, build relationships, and to problem solve.
So this is the thing we saw in the English class. This is the mood meter.
This is the mood meter.
Lab school principal Brooke Jackson believes the approach helps students reach their full academic potential.
If you can identify, give language to how you're feeling, then you're much more likely to be able to manipulate your own emotional state.
So do you think it helps you do better?
I feel more engaged when I have a teacher who, she knows my emotions, and I think that really correlates to how you do in that class or how you feel about that class.
Social emotional learning is gaining traction across the country. With numerous programs implemented in thousands of schools, measuring success is tricky, and SEL has mixed reviews. Yet there is mounting evidence that the right program, properly integrated, yields academic rewards. Congress has even allowed funding for SEL in the new education law.
How's everybody feeling?
Mark Brackett is director of the Yale Center for Emotional Intelligence. He developed Ruler, one of several dozen evidence-based SEL programs.
After 1 year of implementing the work, academic performance goes up by about 10%, that students' behavior shifts in positive ways, that the interactions between and among teachers and students just become more positive.
There's all sorts of research that show that kids need an outlet in order to express their pain. And so we shouldn't ignore that pain. I just wanted to...
That's Lady Gaga. The pop star is also an activist, shining a spotlight on research by Brackett and the Yale Center. The findings demonstrate why students need to manage their emotions.
You know, I didn't know there was people who cared about emotions. But because
Kami was among the 22,000 students from across the country that participated. Tired, bored, and stressed were the top 3 emotions students said they felt in school. They said they were bored 78% of the time and stressed 80% of the time.
If you're feeling intense amount of stress, right, the neural pathways are being, in many ways, utilized to manage the stress. You're thinking about the way out. You're thinking about, how am I going to survive? Who's going to be my friend? How am I going to get home safely? How am I going to get to college? And when your brain is obsessed with that kind of thinking, it's not available for learning.
For the students at Lab, managing their emotions has made way for learning.
of course I knew what emotions were. I knew if I was upset, but to reflect on it is taking it to a completely different level.
I'm not forcing myself to be happy 100% of the time. It's recognizing when I am angry or upset and learning how to channel that and figuring out what I need to do to be able to succeed.
It's a strategy that's helped Kami through a rough transition.
And now as you walk these halls as a senior, does it feel like this is home?
It does feel like.
You feel like you fit?
Yeah.
For WebMD, I'm Soledad O'Brien.